Good morning, North Texas. I'm Joshua Wisel here in the Weather 225 Storm Studios. We're going to be taking a look at today's forecast, starting with the aerial radar view. Time now is 10:40 a.m. of time of recording. As you can see, there's nothing on radar across the area this morning of concern or activity-wise. We're going to go to our Reunion Tower Skycam just to show you another beautiful day across the area. You can see mostly sunny skies with a little bit of cloud coverage here and there. However, nothing widespread cloud coverage-wise. As of 10:40 a.m., this is the current conditions. As you can see, temperature of 77 already this morning with a south wind of about 13 miles an hour, dew point of 66. This is today's forecast for today. As you can see, by noon, we'll see temperatures around the mid-80s before we see our high of 93 later on this afternoon, and temperatures start to dip into the mid-80s once again as we head into this evening. 20% chance for some showers and storms by 8 p.m. We'll see mostly sunny skies throughout the day today with a little bit of cloud coverage here and there. However, nothing widespread cloud coverage-wise. This is today's projected highs for today. As you can see, DFW, we're currently projecting about 93 for temperatures today. Areas west of I-35 will see temperatures in the upper 90s, maybe even 100, and some spots west of I-35. Areas east of DFW will see temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s. This is today's severe weather risk, and we're looking at a fairly widespread area of either a 1 out of 5 risk or a 2 out of 5 risk. Most of North Texas is under a 1 out of 5 risk, with areas just north of DFW and into the Red River counties with a 2 out of 5 risk for storms. What does this mean? Well, these categorical risks mean that there is a chance for some severe weather. But these are not based off of storm intensity. These are based off of where our coverage is most confident. As you can see, there's a little bit higher confidence for coverage for our northern counties. However, we can't rule out a general thunderstorm or two across much of North Texas later this afternoon into this evening. But let's be clear, not everyone is going to see rain activity or storm activity or strong storm activity. It's just that there's a threat and we need to be mindful of it. As you can see, all of our threats are low with the current risk graph in the corner. And we'll get more on that here with our severe weather threat index for today. I'll step out of the way real quick. As you can see, even though there is a slight risk, we have everything low storm-wise. As you can see, we're not really thinking tornado risk with this across the area. There's mostly a gusty wind and hail threat with storms if we see storms this afternoon and evening. So we're generally thinking mostly a wind and hail threat. However, nothing too significant. That would be hail up to quarter size and some gusty winds of 45 to maybe even 60 miles an hour with storm activity. And this orange shaded area that we have right here on the map is where we're watching this evening for some storms that will cross the Red River into our northern counties. That will be, these storms that we're mentioning will be firing up south of the Oklahoma City area and move south into North Texas. And as they move into North Texas, they could be strong. However, it looks like they would be in a weakening trend from Oklahoma. So we cannot rule out maybe a hail and gusty wind threat, as we've mentioned with these storms. We haven't really highlighted the Dallas and Fort Worth area just because my confidence in it hitting Dallas and Fort Worth as strong storms is not too high. Even though we're in a risk, we'll have to be keeping an eye out on it. But I really think if we do see strong storm activity, it will be for areas along the Red River based off of the latest model runs. If any of this changes, be sure to follow us on our website, weather225.com, and be sure to tune into our social media where we'll be posting the latest updates as we go through this afternoon in case anything changes. But until then, this is our latest thinking. So if you are along the Red River or areas just south of it that we've highlighted in this little orange risk, you'll want to watch later this afternoon into this evening for a possible storm chance, again with gusty winds and hail being the primary threats. That timing that we were talking about is between 8 p.m. and about 2 a.m. as those storms would cross into the Red River. Our current thinking is that they would move into our Red River counties. They could be strong, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that. But as they move into the Dallas and Fort Worth area, they'll start to fizzle out once they reach the immediate metro area. And that cap that we were talking about yesterday, if you're wondering where it is with the new storm chances for today, the weather is always changing and we get new data every single day, and we'll be keeping an eye out on it. But that cap that we mentioned, it's still in place and it's still relatively strong. This is what we call a skew T, and this is what the weather balloon, this is actually one of the tools that the weather balloon gives back to us reading-wise when they're launched by the National Weather Service. This is looking at different layers in the atmosphere. As you can see, this is the lower portion of the atmosphere just above the surface, and the higher up you go, obviously the higher up in the atmosphere it reads. So this looks like a bunch of numbers, lines, shapes, and a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but if you look right here, this is the temperature as it moves up higher into the atmosphere. On the red line, this green line, this is the dew point in the atmosphere. These are wind barbs, so this is showing wind speed and at what levels. And this middle line, this is what we call a parcel. How do you see a cap? Well, on the skew T, this red line that you see right here, where it arches out, that's how you see the cap. This is above the surface, and when that temperature arches out, that is a good reading to us that there is a cap. And this is as of 7 a.m. what the National Weather Service's weather balloon launched. So there's already a cap this morning. If this stays strong later this evening, I think that this is going to help fizzle out those storms as they reach closer to North Texas. And this will keep us relatively storm-free in the afternoon. So we're still going to be keeping an eye out on that activity later this evening. But if this is still strong later this evening, I think that that activity will hit this cap and start to fizzle out once it reaches the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But we're still going to have to keep an eye on those storms as they cross into the Red River counties. So let's get to the 7-day forecast to finish out your daily video forecast. As you can see, we have two fronts that will move into the area over the next week. The first one is on Tuesday. It'll lower our temperatures into the upper 70s. The second one will be around Friday as it drops our temperatures to about the lower 70s with lows in the 50s. So that one will be a little bit stronger. Storm chances will be between Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Those will be better storm chances than what we've seen the past couple of days. It's too early to determine any severe weather threat, so we'll be keeping an eye out on that and let you know if anything changes. Just stay tuned for the latest. Other than that, we hope you enjoy your week. As you can see, it'll be a pleasant week throughout much of this week, as winds will be calmer during the middle part of the week with temperatures in the lower or upper 80s with mostly sunny skies. So we hope that you enjoy your week, and thank you for tuning in to Weather 225 for these video forecast updates and for trusting us as your local weather information site since 2015. I'm Joshua Wisel. This is Weather 225. Thank you for tuning in.